This very cool optical illusion is what magicians call a real worker. It's a wonderful piece of impromptu magic. You can use pretty much any plastic water bottle, which is great. I'm going to show you the handling on it. It can be done with a marked or sign. They can put a note on the piece of paper so it can be examined before and after. There's no prep on the bottle whatsoever. A lot of virtues on this one. So I'm going to teach all that to you. I'm also going to show you a pocket management tip that I was performing this for years until I kind of went duh and came up with a pocket management tip involving the cap of the bottle, which really makes this even more practical, even cleaner. I'm going to share all that with you on this video. On the video, I'm also going to announce the winners of last week. What did we give away last week? It was Houdini's Ghost. That's right, the Houdini's Ghost transposition effect. It's a newer trick of mine. Very dramatic. I mean, people love Houdini in general. You mentioned Houdini and people are curious. And so Houdini's Ghost is a transpo involving some gimmicks. It's easy to do, and I'm going to announce the winners on this video. So watch every millisecond of the video, because this week I might announce the winners very quickly. I might go Bob Joe, Susie Susie, Bob Joe. That's it. So you better watch it all, or you'll miss your name. And I'm also a new contest. This week, you have a chance to win one of 12 of my Metamorph gimmicks. Metamorph, super visual. For years I wanted a way to, I thought, wouldn't it be cool to be able to have an item at your fingertips, a folded piece of paper, a dollar bill, Monopoly money, whatever. Give it a shake, and it changes. You can hand it out, your hands are empty. Just boom, hands are empty, hand it out, no thumb tip. The Metamorph gimmick is very cool. As always, you can check it out at sankeymagic.com, my merch site. And here's this week's question. Leave a comment. Okay? Leave a comment. If you were stranded on a desert island and you put a message inside a bottle, what would it say? So you're stranded on a desert island, you got one bottle, piece of paper, a little pencil there, or maybe a little pen with your own blood. What would you scrawl? What would you write on that piece of paper as you sent the bottle out to sea in hopes that someone would find it? Leave a comment down below. I think it's very evocative. I'm proud of this one. I'm going to read all your comments and see what wacky crap you guys. So leave a comment down below, and you'll automatically be entered into this prize draw to win one of 12 of my Metamorph gimmicks. This is a very funky application of David Williamson's wonderful technique, the Striking Vanish. And in fact, the first person I ever saw use David Williamson's Striking Vanish to create the effect of a penetration into a glass or into a bottle was the brilliant magician Michael Weber. Michael Weber is one of these guys in magic. He's not as well known as he should be, but anything his brain is the kind of brain that anything he touches with his brain is instantly more economical, more visual, just more magical. He's got that kind of sparkly mind. And I saw him take a dime and put it inside a bottle. And it was really cool. He had a really cute presentation for it and all that stuff. But I wanted something that played a little bit bigger for my stand-up shows rather than just a dime, and something that could have this moment at the end where I could reveal someone's signature or a sketch or a note they put in the bottle, whatever. I also wanted a certain practicality of it as well. So this is sort of my version, my twist on all that stuff. First, let's look at the Striking Vanish, though. So David Williamson's Striking Vanish, I know one other video here on the channel, I sort of sing the praises of this, is this action of taking typically a marker, and this will use the bottle cap here. Typically it's done with a coin though. And you want to make it look like you tap the object and it vanishes. Okay? Now, as I've mentioned before, when David Williamson does it, what he's able to do is toss the item up into the hand where you catch it, okay? And then you come down quickly with the marker. And when David does it, it looks absolutely brilliant. And when I do it that way, it looks like crap. So I came up with a version of it where as opposed to throwing the item up into the awaiting hand and then going down, is I do everything on this one down stroke, okay? So I'm here, and as the hand goes down, I drop this hand so quickly, okay, that it leaves this sort of in the air just enough for me to scoop it. So the whole thing happens on a down. Now, to take this technique and make a penetration out of it, if you have a folded piece of paper, okay, inside a bottle, okay, it's an ordinary plastic bottle, okay, and let's say it's you have it off to the side, and of course with a paper wrapper around it or a busy logo, you can even set it up so that this can be lying off to the side, and with a piece of paper, if nobody knows, I mean, let's say you're over here doing some magic, okay, you're going to do some magic, some card tricks, whatever, you've got this off to the side, and then when you want to do this, notice I can sort of reach out of the sphere of focus over to here, and I can immediately be set up. Just by picking this up, I can have the piece of paper now hidden behind the right hand here, all right? And if I have another piece of paper, okay, torn newspaper or from a McDonald's takeout bag, whatever, and I fold it and it's a perfect match, now I can use these exact same technique where I go down. You're going to see it takes you don't have as much of a free and available fingers and hand, okay, to grab the item. So it might take a bit more practice to get that action of going down and grabbing it, okay, but the illusion of it is so pretty. Here are the winners of last week's Houdini's Ghost contest. If I say your name, okay, you only have 5 seconds to contact my team. No, when I say your name, if your name's one of the 12 winners of this week's, as always, send your name and your shipping address and $50 to, name and shipping address, to email my team at contact@sankeymagic.com, and we'll ship out this cool prize to you. The winners are Jason Copeland. I see his name around a lot, that guy. Jason Copeland. Card Maniac, or Maniac, 2 words with a K at the end, Card Maniac. X Gato X. I'm assuming that's someone maybe French who loves cake. I don't know. X Gato X. Dr. Cuber. Okay. Sean McDowell. MC. So it's not MAC because I know there's a bunch of you. Sean SHAWN MCDOWELL. Sean McDowell. Some guy called Hawaii Bro. Okay, surfing on through the magic world. Hawaii Bro. Kyle Young. Otto Gust, you'll know, Otto Gust. Samantha loves cats, I'm sure she does. Samantha loves cats. Ed Browning. Quinto Bells, there's the name. Not Quinto Bells, Cinco Bells, but it's Quinto Bells and Robbie Chang. You guys won. Send an email to my team and congratulations. Now I was playing with this illusion. I thought that's kind of a cool illusion, but I thought, wouldn't it be great if it could be signed? If it could be a piece of paper and maybe I introduce the bottle, and wouldn't it be great if I could start like this? Boom. Got my pad, got my marker, got the bottle, and I can go like that. So I figured out a handling for this I think you're going to like. Where you can have someone, you can introduce the bottle, let's try something. Imagine if you were ever stranded on a desert island. What kind of note, what would you leave there like that? Okay, so someone writes, and let's say the person writes, I miss my, cookies. That would be very sad and weird. I miss my cookies. Sounds less like a cry for help and more like a last will and testament, okay? Now, you get that, you fold that up, and what you're going to do is fold this in half, fold this in quarters, fold it this way, okay, and then fold it this way. The reason why you're being so specific with it is because when I put the marker away, or when I put this away, in my pocket, I already have a blank, okay? It's blank. I get that in finger palm. After the note's been folded up, I can even have them drop their own note inside the bottle. And that's what I say, well, you dropped it in the way most humans do. There's actually a magical way. I can get this inside the bottle in kind of a magical way, and I'll say, watch. And just like that, the trick's done. Because I was able to switch in my pre-folded piece of paper for their piece that's still in the bottle under a totally natural action of apparently shaking it out of the bottle. It reminds me of Di Vernon, great magician, classic close-up magician in history. And his whole thing was, you want to remove as many sleights as you can from a trick. It makes it more magical every time you can remove a sleight. So when I was first developing this, I was thinking of a thumb tip switch, and then I was doing a finger palm switch, and then I think I can vaguely recall being like late at night just messing around with this, and this action of apparently taking this and spilling it out of the bottle. And I realized, wait a second, if I have this already in finger palm and do this, it looks so much like I just spilled there, and my left hand's empty, boom, like this. There's nothing to see, so I can do the Striking Vanish, as I said, tilt it up here, and don't try to make it too tight a gesture. There's nothing wrong with making it a larger gesture, and under the larger gesture, get that. And also, notice, sometimes you hit it, you get a bit of a crack, or you could even squeeze this, and that adds to the impossibility of it going through like this. And what I love about this is you've got this same illusion we've been talking about all along, but now I can just drop my hand on my side with my duplicate here. You can hand this to somebody, right? They can take their pinky or their first finger, whatever, if they've got really thin fingers. They can reach inside, remove it, and open this up. And there's this is literally the same note that they did from the very beginning, and you can leave them with everything. Now, the last thing I wanted to touch on too is with the bottle cap, okay? And again, I've performed this a bunch of times in bars and private parties. It's great to literally find people's trash in the kitchen and be able to do a real miracle with it, leave it as a souvenir. But I performed it a bunch of times, and only at one point did I realize the bottle cap's the perfect pocket management tool, right? Because I can have this in my pocket, right? Have this here, have them make the note, the whole bit, and now is the perfect excuse for me to take the cap off. And where do I go? I go into my pocket, get rid of the cap, get my gimmick here or get my duplicate while they drop that in, right? And make sure, I wasn't sure if I mentioned this yet, is when you turn this over, usually theirs will catch. But once in a blue moon, it will come out, especially if somebody's been real anal. They fold it very tightly, it will slide out. So make sure that when you grab this bottle and apparently give it a shake, you want to make sure too that maybe you're kind of obscuring the opening here with some of the fingers while the duplicate falls out there like that, okay? So you can do the Striking Vanish here after you're all set here. After you do the Striking Vanish, there it's like that, okay? You can hand this out to somebody. Say, go ahead, reach inside and take it out. You don't say, make sure it's the same one. You just hand that out to everybody. And then I'll sometimes say, then you can say, if you want to clean up, of course, you can say, and even, here, you can keep that as a souvenir. Oh, wait a second, let me get the cap. Now, it's the perfect magic souvenir. And in getting the cap, of course, I got rid of my duplicate. And don't forget, leave a comment down below, okay? Enter a chance to win one of 12 Metamorphs. So if you were on a desert island, right? If you're on a desert island, you had to leave a little note in a bottle. What would the note say? What would your short message say? Or maybe not so short, I don't know. But inside the bottle, what would it say? Leave a comment down below. And the news is, as you guys have heard the last few weeks, Sankey finally got his ass on Instagram. I'll put the link down below. Follow me on Instagram. I'm going to be doing my cartoons. Got one panel cartoons. I'm going to be sharing a bunch of those weird ass and troubling. They're cries for help, essentially. And you can even sign up for my free newsletter. I'll leave all the links down below to learn how you can have a selected card vanish and appear stapled to a joker. Click there. And to learn how you can cut and restore your own shoelace, click there.